Jesus is who he is, right? I need to remind you who Jesus is, just so I can help you get it, right? He's talking to the King of Glory. He's talking to the one that owns the cattle on 1,000 hills. He's talking to the one that can make a way out of no way. He's talking to the one that can heal his mind, body, and soul. He's talking to the one who gives us the power to get wealth, the Bible says. He could have said, Lord, just line my pockets. Just put me in a position to where I'm on par with all of these people that have been hating, right? He could have said, Lord, get me away from here. I just want to escape. I don't want to have to deal with the haters anymore. Lord, he could have said, Lord, do something about the haters. He could have said, just take my enemies away. But he said, Lord, I want to see you. I want to see you for myself. I want to look on you. I want to be able to see in a very profound way. I don't want to be blind anymore. And in that, Bartimaeus reveals that he saw more of Jesus than what any of those other people in chapter 10 saw. Those other people in chapter 10 saw a very limited Jesus. They saw a Jesus that could get them somewhere or could do something or a Jesus that they could trap. But Bartimaeus saw a Jesus in his fullness. He says, Lord, I want to receive my sight. And Jesus says something so powerful. He says, go your way. Your faith has healed you. Now, when you look at that word heal, it means saved. Your faith has rescued you. Your faith has saved you. Your faith has moved you from one side of the ledger to the other side of the ledger. Well, here's what's fantastic about coming and putting your feet where Jesus is. Jesus told him, go your way. And the next line says he followed Jesus in the way. See, you missed it. You missed it. You missed it. You missed it. When I was doing my own thing, I was going my way. My way is one of the things that led me to rock bottom, right? You remember Susie, don't you? Well, she learned the hard way that if you lay down with dogs, you get up with fleas. Some of you are down because you've been low down, right? And so this was their way. He said, go your way, and Bartimaeus said, Lord, your way is my way. Your way is okay. I'm going with you. There is a rabbinical blessing that says this: may you walk so closely to your master that the dust from his sandals flies up and hits you in the chest. What a blessing it would be if we would walk so close to Jesus that the dust from his sandals flies up and hits us in the chest. See, as long as we're walking with Jesus, if we're walking with Jesus on the way, then nothing can get to us, right? Because Jesus is in front of us, right? I won't look backwards because, after all, I'm looking at Jesus. So what else is there to look at, right? The blessing of planting your feet with Jesus is that he does all the work. Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn of me. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light. You will find rest for your soul. You may be here today. You may be here today. And you may be struggling on the wayside. I want to tell you, Jesus is calling. Jesus is saying, come. Jesus is saying, let me do it. You may be here today and you may just need a little encouragement. I need to find out what my calling is. How do you find out what your calling is? You know, it's not going to be some voice from the mountaintop that says, go do this. But as you get closer to Jesus and as you start to assimilate and get closer to the people of God, you will find natural segues into different stuff that you might have never thought that you'd be a part of. And as you do that, you'll find a comfort level there that will amaze you. And you'll find yourself doing things that just make sense. And when you look back over your life, you'll realize, well, God placed something in me a long time ago that I can actually use right now. That's your indicator that God loved you and knew you even before you knew he was calling you. He was already calling you. Listen, I'm through.